Yeah, it's nice and early here. It's 6 o'clock a.m. I'm not usually up this early.
I thank you very much, Amor, for doing this in order to meet. Um, yeah, cool. Very cool. In the last Zoom, not in the last, but in one of Xander's Zooms, you mentioned this anxiety. I was curious. And out of this curiosity, I simply wanted to share something with you, or maybe we simply share a monologue, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, so what about the anxiety?
Yeah, I don't know. Tell me. Tell me something. Where to start?
Well, so there's this there's this apparent person that appears to be here doing these things with this story and this special name and this individualized special identity and this supposed person, whatever the fuck he is, appears to suffer from anxiety. And there's it's not that there's a an actual person suffering from anxiety. There just appears to be. And so I don't there's no latching onto this anxiety, taking this anxiety on. Poor Amor suffers from anxiety. It's none of that.
Okay.
It's just there just
Coming and
appears to be
going,
this.
coming and going.
It comes and
Yeah,
goes, and
yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. This is exactly how I also got it, understood you when you shared this. And nevertheless, it's quite intensive and it might, in a way, yeah, be heavy also in daily living. Like, it's in a way affecting the daily life in this or this way. When did it start? Did you know it already, or
It's
is it
something.
new?
Yeah, it's something that So there's this story of Amor, growing up with an abusive father, a mother who went away when he was very young. Uh,
Who was taking care of you, sweetheart?
my father and my stepmother. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay,
so
okay. And he was
yeah,
abusive.
he was an alcoholic. He was abusive.
Okay, okay.
And my mother, she went off and had her own family, across the country. So I didn't really see much of her. But see, this it's one of those things to where, I don't mind speaking of it, but I don't put a lot of importance on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I recently got put on actually medication for it. And people are like, whoa, Amor, he speaks this good spiritual game. There's no spiritual game being spoken here. There's no whatever is just simply is already.
Exactly.
So whatever that may look like. And so that's why um, you know, I'll sit here sometimes and I'll smoke cigarette after cigarette while I'm on a Zoom. Or that's why, I'll swear a little bit too much sometimes. Or I was on doing a Zoom with Chuck drinking a beer. That's why I do and I speak of, I'll wear the cross sometimes or something, because no matter how it may show itself, it's already what is.
Yeah,
It's not, there's no dogma to this. So
yeah,
yes, I suffer from anxiety and a few other symptoms, and I take medication for it, and it just is.
yeah, yeah. It's simple. It's simple.
It's just how the cookie crumbles.
It's just how the cookie crumbles, and like as you said, there is now medication been taken. Yeah, and here it was like processing the fear. Like I loved when I heard this, I suffered a lot. There was a very strong sense here of a me in this year to be real. And And then I heard the message, what is wrong with your emotion? And also parallel, the non-dual message. There is no one already. I resonated very much. I loved everything, but I was totally, because this body wanted to be help. I simply wanted help. I will speak normal. I simply want to someone to help me. And there was someone saying to me, well, go through the fear. You will see nothing is happening. And this I did over and over and over again. For me, it was a beautiful game, a great relaxation. It was not easy. We can say it was work, but I did not felt it as if it's work. It was the only thing I wanted to do. So for me, it was in a way following my highest excitement. And here was no option to take pills or stuff like this,
Mm.
medication. It was just totally naturally processing the whole stuff. Also, already knowing whatever this means, there is no separation. So both of them. And yeah, and this anxiety is not anymore there. And this panic attacks accompanied me, this body here, for a long, long time. Long, long time. I cannot tell you how many years. And yeah,
Well, let me share, I'll get a little bit more personal. So so it's not just anxiety that this body seems to suffer from. It's I don't actually see as much of a problem with it as maybe other people may.
yeah.
But there's times where I'll go off the fucking rails, like I'll just go out binge drinking for days at a time, partying, and I love it. You know what I mean? Go hang
Mm-hmm.
out with
Mm-hmm.
different female companions. And I'll do this for like, days and then, spend a little too much money and then uh, that'll sort of switch into um, more of a calmer period. Maybe that's when more anxiety kicks in. Uh, Maybe the feeling of depression will arise. And I don't see a problem with any of it. So when I'm going through this stuff, I'm not seeing a problem with it. But other people are saying, listen, this isn't, you shouldn't be doing this. Um,
Yeah.
so, listen, I live my life. Um, it's just is what it is.
Yeah.
I do not see
Exactly.
a fucking problem with it at all.
Yeah.
So, and now
Nor
I
do
take
I. Nor do I. I also don't see a problem with this. It's what it is. And we can say it's the dance of life. And
simply
yeah,
that's a blame.
um, I totally agree with you. Totally. And I would never go and give you now a suggestion what to do with this. This was simply here, let's connect and share.
Well,
And
thank you for sharing.
yeah, I really thought that this is wrong, having panic attacks. I am wrong. I have to change myself. I have to become better. I have to control the panic attacks, everything until I saw no, it's just what it is. Nothing
Oh,
wrong. Nothing wrong with this. And this is not just like when you're coming from spirituality, even though it was a bit tricky, it was not that spirit. Yeah, yeah, we can say I came from spirituality without being aware this is a spirituality. I wasn't that much into this, boxes. So I simply resonated with this. And in spirituality, they tell you that you can change the situation.
mm.
Beautiful thoughts like what you are thinking, you are it or whatsoever, or not thinking or whatsoever. And there is always the you, I'm special, I can do it if I only go for this. And I'm a very intense character here, so I love to go for this. And so in a way I went for processing whatever is coming. And this felt quite shitty. It was in a way, okay, it's what it is. This I heard directly. I heard this, it's what it is. Perfection, but not for me. And this resonated straight. So if this is resonating, what do you want to do? Say, it's what it is. It's a total loss. It's hopeless. It's totally hopeless. Of course, there is the rebellion, but I want, but the the seeing, the knowing of it's what it is.
Yeah,
It's very strong.
Rosa, I know some people don't like when certain technical like terms like, a parent are used, but I'm gonna use that word a few times here.
I don't give. For me, it doesn't matter the
Well,
way.
I understand. Sometimes it seems obnoxious when used, but I think when putting stuff into context in a certain way to be understood, it has to be used. And so I would say that this apparent uh I lost my train of thought. See, I was talking about a parent and I completely forgot what I was going to say. Um,
Who cares, sweetheart?
there appears to be this life and this individualized special person, Rosa, and this other individualized special person, Amor. We got our own special names. We're so important.
Yes,
And
it's just about us.
I was speaking to somebody recently, and you know, they want to be a teacher of non-duality. And I feel, and I watch them and they want to be perceived in a certain light. So a
What a
lot of
beauty.
what a beauty. It's just, but
Yeah,
it all is what it already none of it fucking matters,
yeah,
and so that could be met with challenge too. But that's also it just doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? So however it may show itself, you know, yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people, a lot of speakers, and teachers, speakers, whatever they call themselves. And I love all of them. I mean, beautiful messages from every single one. But there is a persona that's put on with half of them, and they're different. Uh, behind the scenes, and they put on this persona because they feel like they have to bring people in. And I just and that's beautiful. It just is already whatever
yeah,
it is.
yes,
And but I refuse to do that. I'm not going to put on a persona. This is already what is, then this is already what is. So yeah, I'm a mental case sometimes, and that's just fucking beautiful. It's just as it is,
yeah,
So yeah, so
yeah. What to say? What to say, sweetheart? It's simple. It's
just fucking
always what
babble
it
on
is.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah. And and whatever idea is going to pop up or the need in a way to comfort the body in whatever way or not, or to numb the body or whatsoever, it's perfection in action.
Yes.
It's simple. It's simple. Yeah, and this is the beautiful hopelessness in this, seeing that this is playing beautifully out without anyone in it, no control, free fall. We can go into stories. Everything is a story, and saying, yeah, due to the conditionings of the body, Amor, or due to the conditionings of the body, Rosa, this and this is more probably is going to happen. Yeah. So what? That's the freedom. No issue with this.
Yeah, beautiful. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Um,
I can only, in a way, when I'm in touch with friends, like with you now, simply in a way, mm, encourage, just life encouraging itself. What a beauty. What a beauty. Go for it. No one is going for this. No one is enjoying the show, but this openness to what is so obvious, and even not an openness. It's not an openness. It's just what is. But just to put it into words. Booming aliveness, brutal love. There is a power behind it. Life force, call it what you want. Even in the slightest, so in the most subtle, even if just laying in the bed doing nothing. Even this is booming aliveness.
Yeah, it's all just like ripples in the water, you know, an anxiety attack or a panic attack. It's just like ripples in the water. See, we see it as, oh my goodness, the world's coming to an end. It's just simply like these ripples in the water. It's the same thing as sitting there silently in the bath meditating. It's just those
Totally.
ripples
No,
in the water.
no difference. It's just what's happening.
Yeah, it's just, and there's this perception coming from, the individualized special person that says, oh, wow, this is bad or this is
Mhm.
good but that's
Mhm.
also just the same ripples.
Totally.
It's really, it's
Nothing wrong with judging this, wanting to change this.
nothing wrong with any of it. No
No,
matter
no,
what it
no.
may look like, no matter what the judgment may look like, or you know, uh, you may feel peace with it. You may feel suicidal about it. Um, it just doesn't
Totally.
matter.
Totally. And let's say so here it doesn't matter, and at the same time it's full on mattering, because it's totally intensive.
Yeah,
It's
what a
totally
fucker.
intensive. So in this intensity of the panic attacks, while I was playing with them, I simply saw the beauty. Like, the beauty of killing me softly.
Yeah.
Like I called it loving your triggers to death. And I really enjoyed the panic attack at the end. Like,
Mhm.
because it's just Selbstläufer, it's coming already and you know it. For example, there is a spot in the city, a place in the city in the underground, and it works like, I don't know what is going on in the brain, and then you are reminded, oh, this is a spot where I already had a panic attack or more. And I don't know if you know it, or in the car. So you maybe are already afraid of the panic attack because you know it's going to in a way kill you. There is no control in this anymore. It's a feeling that you are dying, right? I know you know what I mean.
Yes.
And when I in a way approached, when I was open for this, that this is in a way an openness is happening. Like, um, no choice in this. It's simply what's happening. And I was simply like inviting in a way also the panic attack. Come on, kill me. Just kill me.
Yes, I
Nothing
sort
to,
of hit a point. I sort of hit a point, it's like I welcomed it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
yeah. Like a friend.
I
Like, no, welcome, Amor. Let's have a beautiful chat. We can chat as long as you want. There is, just like a beautiful friend. Exactly, because it's just innocence of play. It's just energy booming out innocently.
yeah, when there's not, it's interesting because when there's not that fear of death, there's not that, and there's nothing wrong with having a fear of death or not having a fear of death. Somebody's not special because they don't fear death. So I'm not, there's no insinuating here that there's some special being named Amor that's no longer afraid of death.
No, no.
But there doesn't appear to be this fear of death anymore. It just it's almost welcomed. Whenever it comes, it comes. If I was
Also,
having a fucking heart attack right now, I would just welcome it. I don't, it's not, there's not like a death wish or anything. But yeah, when it comes, man, it comes. It's just nothing, it's already purely what is.
yeah, it's
What's
what it
mine?
is. It's what it is when here is in a way I'm not welcoming this. Like this body can, like in a way, here is a coughing now over a week.
Yeah,
And I simply noticed a change in the behavior, how I'm reacting. Like before, I would be really like, oh, you have to do now something, how this body
yeah,
functions. Maybe take this, check it out. And this did not happen here. It's just like, okay, the body feels fit. There is this coughing, just going for whatsoever. This is still there. And but it's not a welcoming. This body tries to comfort itself. So taking medicine is happening, drinking tea, but there is no problem with this. And this is as long when it gets worse, I'm going to the doctor. But this fear or this trying to control this is not there. It's just naturally happening more or less. And I would say compared to before, it's more easygoing, but it's not that comfy for the body. You know?
Well, for sure. So if I was having, there's no fear of death, and in a sense, I would welcome it, right? But if I was having a heart attack, I'd get up and I'd try to run my ass to the hospital really quick to try to, preserve the body because
Yeah,
there's not that death wish. But I
yeah,
mean, if it was over and it was clear that it was over, then you just fall into it at that point. It's funny. I was talking to my neighbor yesterday, and she's self-proclaimed spiritual, whatever. And so I was talking to her, and she asked me what I perceived enlightenment to be. She said, "What's life? And what happens after you die?" And I said, "I don't know." And she says, "I don't think you're enlightened." She goes, "Enlightenment is knowing, and you don't know." And I said, "Okay, cool." I said, I, that enlightenment train was jumped off a long time ago.
yeah,
Um, you know, um, so her perception is that, when she dies, she's going to be with unicorns and
yeah,
her
yeah.
grandmother,
Beautiful,
and that's
beautiful.
beautiful. That's awesome. I told her
Totally,
beautiful. And
totally.
her husband's perception of life is, he says he's anti-Catholic, so he thinks that the people who have this is all about suffering, and the people who live the longest and suffer the most are the worst people, and that's just life, and you go through the suffering. And I said, beautiful, awesome, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, and there's
Beautiful
no,
thoughts, beautiful thoughts and ideas, beliefs, one
yeah,
thought, train of thought. And
yeah,
it's so beautiful. I mean, this is it, you know, the unicity uh,
yeah.
of all those characters beautifully playing out. Like here, I can only see the people you meet or the things which are happening. This is such a perfect concert, you know. This is there is no error in this.
Mm,
This is the perfection, even if it means committing suicide. Life committing suicide, perfection in action. And it's hard, of course. This was already seen a long time ago without understanding anything, of course. But this was this, oh yeah. And then hearing this message. Wow. Yeah, of course. Of course. Who can understand anything? This is free fall. This is fucking free fall. And it's
that's
not beautiful. It's not nice. And it's not perfect for me. No. No me to start with the show.
but
And it doesn't matter.
that's already, as you would say, perfection in action.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may not be perfect to you. It may sometimes look hard. Sometimes
Loving
we
it or hating it. Loving it or hating it.
perfection in action. Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely.
Here's still a lot coming up. I'm very open and very happy to be able to chat about life with friends, like with you and with the others, you know, with Xander, and meeting new people. So because of the channel, there are also new people contacting me, and
Mm.
and this is so beautiful, you know, the interaction, the impulses. There is a lot coming up, also like triggers coming up. Everything is coming up. And this is so beautiful to see how this is booming here, this body mind. We can go into stories, you know, then something came up very strongly. I don't want to go into the story now. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, because it was so intensive and really like fucking it compared to this thing years ago, no comparison at all. And so openly free booming out here. I was shocked. I was shocked. And then going into the story shortly. Oh, yeah, because of this, in a way, automatically trying to make sense of this and then not being able to continue this train of thoughts. Boom, that's all. Who cares? It's what it is. Booming intensity of whatever. Totally enjoying this, also sharing brutal honesty and openness. So, in a way, total vulnerability, you can say, because there's nothing to lose, nothing to lose already. This
That's what
is,
I think.
yeah, this is
Fuck,
that. Yeah,
fuck it, right?
totally. And at the same time, also, this is now here. Yeah, also in a way, when I go working, it's the same. It's a total openness
What do you do
and
for work?
office job administration.
Oh, you look like it. Yeah, you fit that role very well. I could see it.
Well, I don't know how I came to this, and but it's now playing out like this. This may change. I don't know, but I
I guess you're
always
gonna have to change your look then.
I don't know. Yeah, this is going to happen by itself, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's very simple. It's what it is. It's simply what it is.
The shit show fuckery. That's what I call
And
it, shit show
yeah,
fuckery.
yeah, I love it. I love it for no reason. Here's crying happening. It's really very intensive, fucking intensive. Nothing behind it. Loving to share this, of course, I don't keep it for me, for myself then, whatever this means, but really like going open with this, with the character, with another, not like, yeah, I don't know why. It's just how the character plays out. Because there are also introvert characters. They love to keep the intensity inside. They're not sharing. They don't need to share. It's also conditioning, and it's the same. There is no difference in being extrovert in sharing or being introvert. And yeah, perfection. What to say, Amor? What to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth, In just one conversation, I can go from being extroverted to introverted. So, in the beginning, I may have started off more extroverted, and now I'm like just sitting here enjoying hearing you talk, and maybe, I'm like, I don't really know what to say right now, so I'm just listening.
Yeah, the same here. I noticed in the weeklies now. I started the weeklies
Yeah.
Saturday, 11 a.m. with friends, whoever wants to join. And I just also noticed I'm totally happy. Everyone can boom out, and here is nothing to say. But I always notice, yeah, when someone starts like with you, I'm just, yeah, yeah, totally,
Oh, you're a
totally.
joy. You're a light. You bring light to the room. You could lighten a darkened room with your boomingness.
Sweet, sweetheart. Um, yeah, I love people. I love being connected with people. And when they go for something, for an idea, a belief, booming out for this, this is infectious, and I love it. I love to see it. This is energy. This is dance, and in a way, I love to dance with them.
Oh, I love to dance. Yeah, I have a friend who an old man. He's almost 90,
Hmm,
and he's a pastor, a local pastor of a church here. He invited me. So in a few hours here I'm going to be going over to his church for his service.
nice.
Um it says we're running out of time, so it may boot us off, but I'll bring us back on if that's okay with you.
We will reconnect, right?
Yes, we'll reconnect. I'll
Yeah.
re I'll
Okay.
resend.
Okay.
So but yeah, so anyways, so I'll be going to the service.
Nice.
So it's all just like what you said, like this, you could almost call it like a dance,
It
a
is.
dance of life.
It is.
And yeah,
It
I love
is.
it. I love the dance. I
Yes.
love it. Sit on my non-dual uh Zoom meetings. Like I was gonna go on Jim Newman yesterday, but I
Oh
didn't.
yeah. Tell me.
just for the fun of it,
Yeah,
uh,
I know.
just to show fun of it. And then it's funny because then you could, I'm on here with you this morning. I'm going to church in a couple hours, and um, who knows what comes after that? Maybe I'll, meditate in front of my Buddha statue later on tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, what a
Fuck it. Who
beauty.
knows?
Yeah,
Who knows what might happen?
no rules,
Uh,
Amor, no rules at all. This is the fucking freedom, you know? This is there are no rules, and somehow this body functions here in the society, more or less, you know? When there is the need to eat something, you will simply mobilize and go work, earn money, whatsoever. This happens naturally, or not. And yeah,
yeah. I mean, it appears to happen naturally. Who knows what the fuck it actually is? You know, I don't have an answer for that.
what is this, Amor? What is this without any thought?
Yeah, the only way to answer that question is to sit silently.
But it's of course just a thought, another thought.
Right, but the word but using words to explain it is also just as much equally this. What
Beautiful,
is? What?
beautiful. So we can say we this is something we cannot talk about, but at the same time, every word is an expression of this. Whole and complete already, booming aliveness.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that the closest thing to it would be silence, but then I would also continue on to say that everything is already it fully, no matter how it may look like, including writing a 1,000-page book on it, or giving a 3-hour lecture on it. It's all
Absolutely.
just it already.
Absolutely.
Even if it's a 3-hour Mormon lecture or a 3-hour Islamic lecture, it's just
Everything.
already it booming,
Absolutely.
as you would say.
I'm with you, sweetheart. I'm with you.
Yes.
Um, I love. So here was at the beginning when I started to speak. He was at the beginning the full part more, you know, everything is it, everything is it. In a sense, also like OMG, this is so overwhelming, so overwhelming. So while I had the panic attacks, it was like everything is so full on, but it was always like this here with me. Everything was always so full on that I was afraid. I was scared of life, me and my life, but it was seen that everything is it, but it was like overwhelming. And then it turns because you're simply it turns into fear in order to go to simply, you know, to sich bisschen abbremsen, to stop a little bit, otherwise you die maybe. So there was the fear of just going full on for this. Then this message was heard, it's full on and empty. And and then what changed, like with processing the fear or just confronting life exactly as it is, what happened? This overwhelming thing melted, so no prop with the panic attack,
Mhm.
full on openness. And then I was like, shoot, the emptiness is missing, you know,
Mhm.
because listening to the non-dual, but but the emptiness is always there, the silence,
Mhm.
the nothingness is always there. It's never not this. And so, and this was like a beautiful, I don't know what it was. I just loved it over and over again. No sense, no need to understand anything anymore. I used to watch Jim too. No. So for me, it's just, you know, it's just beautiful, beautiful. I love Jim. But it's simply like loving now to listen to music, to share with characters, you know, just to listen to them. I love it.
Yeah, I do. So this is what I told somebody recently. So um, if your sink breaks or your toilet or sink breaks, um, you know, and I want to fix my sink, I may get a book on fixing sinks, or I may watch a video on fixing sinks. So if I want to sit in pure silence and be in the present and in the now constantly, or most of the time, or I want to perfect that, then I'm going to get a book on Buddhism or non-duality, or I'm going to learn from a Zen master. It doesn't mean that that by doing so you're gonna stop the cycle of life and death, so to say, or you're gonna or find nirvana. And feeling that you're gonna do that is also already what is.
Yeah, beautiful.
So yeah, so there's nothing wrong with going on a Jim Newman meeting or
No.
trying to perfect uh this, reading Eckhart Tolle's book, The
Yeah,
Power of Now.
it's like again back to the sorry for interrupting. I love to interrupt. I cannot see simply
You're
someone
allowed
I'm into.
you're
I just,
allowed to
I just
interrupt.
see this monologue here. For me, it's so natural, like when you are booming out here, no proport, you can completely cut me and go for this. I love it. I love the expressions.
Hmm.
And I call it the excitement. Like the body mind's complexes here, just, 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 just love something. They go for it. They're excited about something. No matter, no reason for this. There is no reason why I resonate with chatting with friends, loving the Zooms. And there is no story about why Amor loves watching maybe Jim Newman. This is simply so naturally popping up. This may stop tomorrow. This may stop. No fucking clue what idea is going to come next. This is here. No thought is here coming. It's just like blah, 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 blah automatically. Boom, 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 boom. This is completely beyond any thought. Here is no, yeah, it's just empty. It's just free, no matter what. And
Yes.
everything can pop up.
And
Every
that
emotion.
and that's also including the blah 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 blah. That's all just already this perfection in action, as you would say.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just this. Yeah, it's just this circle, this apparent circle of just this, but there really is none. I like to say and not even after I say anything. There's just this apparent circle of, all of this goes around full circle,
yeah,
but not even.
yeah,
It's just this empty circle with no uh,
absolutely.
order to it, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so,
It says we
it,
have one
yeah,
minute left.
sweetheart. Let's reconnect in part two, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
See ya.